playoffs.
Well, I'll give credit where credit's due, and that was your start-sit advice for last week. You actually hit 4 out of 5. I went back, I ran the numbers for a full PPR league.
By you.
The only one the only one you missed on was I think you picked Duke Johnson over Bilal Powell. Powell wound up going off for 29 points. Duke Johnson still scored 21. It's not like it was,
right.
a blowout. So 4 out of 5, I respect it. So moving forward to this week, we'll start off with the tight end position with Austin Seferian-Jenkins.
Going against the Patriots.
Going against the Patriots at home.
Okay.
Or Hunter Henry going into Oakland.
Going into Oakland. So Hunter Henry, very, very touchdown dependent. There's a lot of mouths to feed in San Diego. And I'm not being a Jet homer here. You go with Seferian-Jenkins because the wide receivers are suspect. Curse has been good. I actually really do believe in Robbie Anderson. I somewhat like McCown, but the chances for more points go with the Jet tight end.
All right. So now we'll move forward into the running back position.
Okay.
You have Jerick McKinnon, who I actually picked up in our league before the whole...
Yes, you did. I absolutely want to give you props for doing that.
I only did it because my back was to the wall with a bye week and an injury, but because I had the handcuff of Devontae Freeman.
Was it just random?
Coleman.
Was it random, or
it was
you...
him, the two running backs? So I had the handcuff of Freeman and Coleman, so I couldn't start them on bye.
Dalvin Cook wasn't hurt at that point?
Dalvin Cook was taken. Oh, no,
right.
he was hurt, so I knew McKinnon would start getting more reps. So
were you the number one waiver claim that you were able to get him?
I got him the week prior. I got him off free agency.
So I'm saying,
Saturday
Dalvin
waiver.
Cook,
I had him on a Saturday waiver.
So Dalvin Cook wasn't hurt at that point for you to pick him up.
No, he was because
no, he couldn't have been. He absolutely couldn't have been because he was a number one. Actually,
Cook got hurt
I'm wrong. Latavius Murray was the number one pickup, and nobody was thinking about McKinnon.
Right.
So that is a fantastic job, and you didn't even waste your waiver claim on him.
Oh, it was a Saturday waiver, so.
No, that counts.
So no.
That'll knock you back. But
exactly.
no, he was a free agent, so that is an A-plus job by Sky Crew.
Thank you. And that was only because Ty Montgomery got hurt.
Legit.
So luckily, and I give him the plug start.
Job.
I give him the plug start. He scored over 20 points. So now this week, do you trust him at home versus Green Bay or Alvin Kamara, the new Saints running back, going into or hosting Detroit?
He's the rookie running back. He's definitely 1B to Mark Ingram's 1A. I don't expect that McKinnon is going to do that again anywhere close. I do believe that his ceiling is probably 15 points. I think Kamara's is around the same. However, I do think that Sean Payton, the coach of the Saints, loves Kamara, and I think you're going to see him. His floor is going to be 12 points, but his ceiling is going to be 18 to 24. So I would put Kamara in just slightly above McKinnon. And it's only slightly because it's going to be a shootout against Green Bay.
All right, so before I move on to my next start sit, I'm going to ask you what you thought about this trade that I saw go down in a friend of mine's league.
Well, let's run to.
Do you want to?
We'll run trades.
You want to do run trades?
Sitting.
All right,
yeah.
so okay. Doug Martin returning from suspension. Well, not returning.
We saw how he did last week
at Arizona, or Jay Ajayi walking into Atlanta.
This is total gut. It's not total gut, but my gut tells me Jay Ajayi all day is ready to break out. If you remember last year, he had 200-yard games. He is ready to break out. And who was the second guy?
Doug Martin.
It was Doug Martin going against
Arizona,
and that's what I don't like.
Doesn't have the best run defense,
exactly. They have a very good run defense, Arizona. Oh. Yeah. So that's the reason that
I thought Atlanta had a fairly good
I
run
would
defense.
go Jay Ajayi all day.
Well, I'm actually getting ready to bench Ajayi. I have him in 2 different leagues, and it's very frustrating to see.
Play him this week.
Well, I have him in Bell in one league, and then I have him in Freeman in another league.
Who are you going to play over Ajayi that you're benching him?
I think, don't call me crazy here, but Duke Johnson.
Don't do it.
Duke Johnson and Doug Martin.
This may be, Duke's getting a lot of catches. Last week against the Jets, it was a very tight game. This should be more of a Cleveland down game, so they should be throwing the ball, but I would go with Ajayi. I would roll the dice with him. Who's your next one?
All right, so the next one is going to be the GOAT, that's Aaron Rodgers, going into New Orleans, or Tom Brady, Mr. Deflategate, at the Jets.
So the beginning of the week, I was all for Tom Brady. DraftKings put him in all my DraftKings lineups, FanDuel lineups, everything. As we're going forward, I think that the Minnesota defense is going to plug up all the holes. Aaron Rodgers is going to be forced to throw. I don't like pass comparisons, but Aaron Rodgers did light up the Vikings the last time they played. It was a home game instead of an away game. I think that the run game is real tough for Green Bay right now. They're going to throw the ball. I think Jordy is going to be more of a decoy than anything. I think you're going to see Adams really light up the receiving core. Long-winded answer, I'm going with the GOAT. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
All right. Now, the final one is a very odd one. You generally don't put two guys on the same team in a start-sit, but this is really neck and neck here, and it's staying still in MetLife. Would it be Brandon Cooks?
I was going to say, is it Tevin Coleman?
Or Hogan?
Okay, Brandon Cooks or Chris Hogan?
Correct.
Really, really tough. It's a great, great question. You know why I'm going to go with Cooks? And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with Cooks, because I think Amendola is going to have a nice day. And I think Amendola and Chris Hogan are almost interchangeable because they're the same size white guys. So physically, they're just completely interchangeable. I'm just kidding. I think they play almost a very similar over-the-middle Wes Welker-ish role. And I think only one of those guys is going to do well. It could be Amendola or Hogan. I'm going with Amendola. I'm starting Amendola. But I'm going with Cooks because his size, I don't think the Jets' secondary can stop his size. I go with Cooks.